Not sure if you should switch from Vocalign's plugin version to the new ARA version in Pro Tools? For those of us who have been using Vocalign forever, from back in the days of Vocalign Project, when you had to make sure your timeline selections had the same starting point or it wouldn't process right, you know how far this plugin has come. When they introduced pitch matching a few years ago, my mind was absolutely blown. So now that I can pitch match my background vocals, I swear my recording sessions take half the amount of the time that they used to. Now we're looking at the biggest update to date, the ARA integration. If you've yet to try anything ARA in Pro Tools like Melodyne, just know that it makes your workflow insanely faster. ARA stands for Audio Random Access, and it's like the plugin is hardwired into your DAW, so you can skip some of the loading, capturing, and processing steps. Ever since I switched to Melodyne ARA, I work much faster, and I reach to that plugin a lot more than I used to. And by the way, if you need a tutorial on Melodyne ARA, tuning vocals by hand, let me know in the comments and I can make a video for you. In this video, I will show you a side-by-side comparison using the same stack of vocals processed with Vocalign Plugin and then processed within the ARA integration. So you can see what the differences are like and decide if you want to make the switch. If you're new to Vocalign in general, where have you been all your life? It's like my favorite plugin in the world. It does all your time aligning for you, and you can match the pitches of one take to another, so you don't have to tune all of your background vocals by hand anymore. Time aligning is something that is done in literally all Hot 100 music. It makes a massive difference. Your song will sound so polished, flawless, and tight. If you were to time align this perfectly by hand, that would take hours of cutting, nudging, time stretching. I just prefer to have Vocalign do it for me in the fraction of a second. Wow guys, this video is not turning out how I thought it would. I'm actually pretty shocked. Okay, so let's keep an eye out for two things. Let's see if we hear any differences. Is there better quality in one or the other? Maybe, maybe not. And let's compare the overall workflow. That's the biggest thing. One thing you definitely will hear a difference, and I'll show you this in our side-by-side listen test, you'll hear the difference between the non-time aligned version and the Vocalign version. It'll be so much better when I Vocalign it. So when I do playback, I'll do the non-time aligned, the Vocalign plugin, and the Vocalign ARA, and we can listen to the difference. Okay, so let's leave this one as it is, and I'm gonna just Vocalign with the plugin all of these stacks. Basically what I did is I did 4 stacks of the lead and then 2 high octaves, because I want you to hear how Vocalign actually detects when it's an octave higher, but it's hitting the same pitches, and it'll keep it an octave higher while still matching the pitch of the lead, which is so freaking cool. So I'm gonna open the audio suite, Vocalign, capture my lead, which I have Melodyne already, but the backgrounds are not tuned. Okay, I might be a little superstitious, but I still capture and render one at a time. I just have personally felt that the plugin performs better when you give it less to think about. So let me just do that real quick. I'm gonna keep my settings at 30 milliseconds for timing and 1% for matching pitch. That's gonna make it pretty close to in pitch with the lead. Render that one, capture, render. Yeah, so technically I should be able to just grab all of these, but we'll use the word superstitious. All right. And here's what this sounds like.
So I'll take a deeper breath, let it fill my chest as I lift my head. Won't let me down again. I said if a storm's ahead, I will stand in it. Won't let me down again.
Sounds pretty tight to me. Good performance, good performance. So that's my workflow with the plugin. It is still pretty freaking fast, but they say the ARA is gonna be faster. You are witnessing me open this for the first time. I have no idea what's about to happen. Select all of them at the same time. And then Control, Edit, drum roll please. I'm so excited. So it's not launching, so let's find out why aren't you launching? Why do you hate me? All right, wow, this is it. I want to make this big. Okay. All right, I'm going to capture my guide, highlight all the dubs, and capture them. That's interesting. It set the settings to what I had the settings on with my Audio Suite plugin. So did it do it?
So I'll take a deeper breath, let it fill my chest.
Wow. So I don't even have to render it. It just already did it. It already did it. Well, that's pretty cool. Okay, I guess that's pretty freaking fast, and then I can just click here and close it and just move on with my life. So one thing that's cool that it does is if you were to open it up and make a change, so like let's make this 30 again, then it's done. You don't have to like undo and re-render like you would with the Audio Suite version. You can actually just come in and make changes to your Vocalign. So this is pretty rad. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of like this. If I wanted to, I could also render all of them. And then it's like, I'm not even using the plugin anymore. These are now all printed.
So I'll take a deeper breath, let it fill my chest as I lift my head. Won't let me down again. I said if the storm's ahead, I will stand in it. Won't let me down again.
I don't know about you, but I heard errors. I heard some parts rushing, and that shouldn't have happened because we had the timing super, super tight. Did that happen with our plugin version?
So I'll take a deeper breath, let it fill my chest as I lift my head. Won't let me down again. I said if the storm's ahead, I will stand in it. Won't let me down again.
By the way, this is what it sounds like without Vocalign.
So I'll take a deeper breath, let it fill my chest as I lift my head. Won't let me down again. I said if the storm's ahead, I will stand in it. Won't let me down again.
And again, the Vocalign.
So I'll take a deeper breath, let it fill my chest as I lift my head. Won't let me down again. I said if the storm's ahead, I will stand in it. Won't let me down again.
ARA.
So I'll take a deeper breath, let it fill my chest as I lift my head. Won't let me down again. I said if the storm's ahead, I will stand in it. Won't let me down again.
Ooh, I hear bad errors. Wow, guys, this video is not turning out how I thought it would. I'm actually pretty shocked. Could be my computer's fault. It could be my computer's just not processing it well enough. But why is my computer processing the plugin much better than the ARA? It's a new technology, girls and boys, so I think we might be still in the zone of it's new, it's buggy. So my recommendation is maybe to wait. But I'll say this, if you upgrade to Vocalign Pro 6 from wherever you are, I do hear a difference from Vocalign Ultra to now, because with Vocalign Ultra, pitch matching was new. It's better with 6. It definitely sounds better. The plugin sounds awesome. ARA, I'm hearing some errors. And if you have any information on how I can improve my settings to maybe avoid these errors, yeah, I was excited for this workflow change. But I really didn't see this coming. I really poised myself to share this new exciting thing with you and show you how it's gonna change all of our lives, but it didn't. So guys, maybe it's not the answer you wanted, but sure is an answer. And again, Vocalign Pro 6 is mwah, chef's kiss. So good. Yeah, so let's be honest, it's still my #1 favorite plugin, even though the ARA is not quite where I want it to be yet. I'm excited because they're constantly making their plugin better, and so I trust that it will be better at some point. It's just not there quite yet. The plugin process is so fast anyway, so I'm not really mad at using it in this way. I don't really terribly need the ARA right now. But if you're on the fence of whether you want to keep doing this by hand versus if you want to go get the plugin, I just want to say this. It's not important to be a tech whiz. What's important is the music you make. So that's why I'm always motivated to keep upgrading my tech to make it better, to make it faster and easier to use, so that more of your time and brain power is going into the creative process, into the music making, not the clicking and cutting and nudging and time stretching. No, push the easy button and focus on the music. The fact that I can Vocalign my stacks in seconds, it's like my mind isn't even registering that I'm doing it. It's kind of like when you're driving in the car and you realize you're not even thinking about driving. You're thinking about other things because it's so flow state for you. It doesn't break you out of your zone. Like, you don't break your creative flow to stop and do these vocal production edits. And when it's all done, it sounds so good. Like, that sounded really, really, really good. Really clean. And if you're like, oh, actually, I liked the first one better. Well, that's because you like the sound of the crowd vocal, but that's not always what we want in pop music. So my argument is that technologies help us create better and systems help us create in a streamlined way. That's why if you don't have something like a vocal recording template or the right reverb or the right vocal chain, you'll be spending some of your creative energy trying to figure out the tech stuff in the middle of your flow, breaking you out of your genius moments. This playlist right here has those ingredients to a seamless workflow. So feel free to browse, and I'll see you in the next video.